Just got down to the farm here in Lower Delaware. Just going to check out some timbering that's supposed to be going on here. They're going to be cutting some about 50-foot areas in long strips throughout there to let these pine trees grow up, get some light, and it's going to be great for the deer. There's going to be a lot of fresh underbrush that's going to be growing up, a lot of browse that's going to be growing up. We just wanted to get down here and check out, see what's going on. So let's go ahead and head up the trail here and see what's going on. Have about a half-mile walk, or maybe a little bit more. And here's what used to be our small parking area, and you can see completely cleared for a good section. I can smell the pine. Here's an old video that I did way back at 14. You can see the parking area was really only about 60 feet across at the most, and quite a big difference now. Looking up one of our other roads, I'm going to go up there a little ways. I don't hear anybody cutting this morning or any trucks in here. Not sure how much they've finished yet. Be interesting to see some of the other spots. There's a lot of areas that are undisturbed. So let's go up the road a little bit more and we'll check one of the areas out. And here's our signboard. We actually have a map inside of that of the farm and the different stands, so we can tell when someone is in a particular stand. And we usually put a washer over the area and we know somebody's there. Take a quick peek. This is laminated, something that I did off of Microsoft PowerPoint. Getting some of the stands in there. And a little bit farther up the road, as we can see some cutouts. They're trying to get some light into these other pines so they can grow up a little bit bigger. And with that light comes browse and cover and all the other things that wildlife like. So I know the person that owns this property did it for the money, but they're actually doing a big favor for wildlife too. Doing this type of cutting certainly means a lot to wildlife. And of course, once they're out of here and everything starts to recover, we have full summer coming up, so there'll be a lot of growth going on. This spot right here we had called our mineral pit trail, because it was a original mineral pit, natural, up this trail. Had a real hard time finding it with all these trees down and everything looking so different. Found a couple of my old tacks on the tree here, the reflective tacks, and I know it's back up in this way, so I'm going to go ahead that way and see what's going on up in that area. Another spot that's going to really grow up nice. A lot of light in here now. Be able to see really well. Before it was about 35-40 yards in this area you could see. Now I'm certainly seeing 70, 80, 90 at some points. And a lot of sun in here. And still seeing a lot of deer footprints all over the ground. So they've been running around in here a little bit, but I'm sure a little disturbed, but in the long run it's definitely going to benefit them. I don't have a rangefinder with me, but up this row right here, whew, that is pretty far. I'm saying that's a good 200 yards. Certainly going to test the limits of the fire or the shotgun only in Delaware, but it could be made if you've been practicing and your gun is set up for it. That's the key: practice and preparation, making sure you're one with your firearm and you know where your projectile is going. Nice spot for a stand right in here. Oh, I'm down at the end of that 200 yard or 250 yard cut or so, and not as wide as I thought they were going to be. Looks like it's only about 15 yards wide. Not sure how if they're finished they're going to come back in here and do a little bit more. Just trying to get some initial areas cut, but another area that will be growing up. You go ahead and check out one more section of the farm, and then I'll about call it. Gone just about 2.5 miles so far, and interesting to see what they're doing. We do have a lot of work here, trying to clear some trails back out again and be able to get four-wheelers in here. A lot of deep ruts from the heavy machinery that's been in here. You can see. Well, I hope you can see that the ruts in here. It's going to be tough getting four-wheelers. We're going to have to do a little bit of smoothing some areas back in here so we get some four-wheelers in. Get those deer out. From what I could see, pretty impressive what they've done. I wish I was actually here when they did a little bit of that. I like to get some filming of it, but certainly stay out of their way. Don't need anybody standing there like an idiot with a camera. So I'll continue on and check out one more section. One of our blinds. It's fairly close to the parking lot. It's cut through here, cleared a little bit. Another nice cutout right in here. Could possibly see putting the blind back in this section and being able to look up through this area right in here. Have a pretty good view. Again, a lot of things to clear out after they're done here. A lot of branches, a lot of ruts. But we'll have a meeting and decide what we're going to do. Here I am, just about back at the Jeep. You can see above it, that's a two-man stand that has a roof on it. Has some camo. Pretty good stand down here. It's got a lot of deer out of it. So just about finished the walk. So pretty interesting to see what they did, and we'll have to hope that that does something for the deer. I can't imagine that it's not going to. This area's needed this for a while. It's had this heavy pine canopy. Not a lot of sunlight gets down into the forest floor, and so you don't get a lot of browse. And of course, that's what the deer are looking for, is a lot of that browse to eat, and grasses and etc. So hopefully that'll make a big difference down here. Just checked my Fitbit, going over 9,000 steps, which is almost 5 miles, so about 4.5 miles or so. So a nice walk this morning. I think I'm going to go down to Gander Mountain now and pick up some clover for our food plot up at the cabin. So this White Rook 85, signing out at the Lower Delaware Hunt Club. Everybody have a good one.